Good morning, everyone. So I thought what we would do this morning really quick is to show you guys something that I feel like gets overlooked in the shop because I think it scares people off a bit with the papers. We are heading out to a event to meet Living in the Past there, and I don't think we'll get any internet connection to run any videos. I just woke up, so I'm a bit groggy, but hopefully we'll get some pictures for you. In any case, I had to set my hair last night because I'm going to be wearing like a 1950s dress, and so I needed some curl. And I wanted to show you guys what other curling fluids we have in the shop other than the 1930s one. Super popular, everybody loves it, which is awesome. But I feel like I want to show you guys this curling fluid also because it's just as good. I used it last night, and I'll just kind of go over quick how I used it. And then I have to run because I have to get ready, but maybe I can pop back on if there's time and show you how my brush out went. We'll just talk about the brush out real quick too. This is what I used. Let me grab this. So this is what I used last night when I set my hair, and I set my hair in foam curlers. And this is this right here, and I don't know if it's probably flipped for you guys, and I apologize. This is Dr. Vanier's rose curling fluid for papers. Oh my gosh, I need more coffee. Anyway, this is what the bottle looks like, and it's pink. And basically it's the solution is a little bit different than the curling solution. The 1930s curling solution works wonderful. This, from what we have heard, is a little bit stronger than the 1930s curling solution. So if you're looking for something that will be stronger, now a lot of people say they like the 1930s curling solution in really hot, humid places because it works well. But this one holds a bit better. So if you're really, really worried about your curls, you can use this. And you can put it in a spray bottle too. So, just because it comes in this bottle doesn't mean you can't put it into your own little spray bottle. So basically what I did, and you can see my curls now, I haven't really brushed them out yet. I just went through with my wide tooth comb, because the first time that you brush your curls out, you always brush with a wide tooth comb. So this is the first thing I did. I haven't really done any massive brushing yet with the boar bristle brush, but we're going to get to that. But I just want to show you guys, check out this curl. And my hair is fine, very, very fine. And when I, hi Elizabeth, good morning. When I usually wear like ball caps every day. I wear ball caps, and I wear a lot of scarves, just because if I don't set my hair every day, it's kind of silly because it's so fine, it doesn't look like there's much there. But all of a sudden, like you put some curls in it, you sleep overnight in foam curlers, put some curls in it, and I have a massive amount of hair, which I think is in part to, the pomades and the curling fluid, but also this look at all this curl there. It's pretty amazing. And so the first thing you do is you brush it out with your fine tooth comb, and then you're going to use your boar bristle combs to start smoothing and brushing it out in sections and to start shaping it. I don't think I can do that with you guys here today, but I wanted to go through exactly how this was used. Okay, so hang on, coffee break. So the first thing I did was I showered last night, and so my hair was damp. It was not completely sopping wet. It was actually pretty much almost dry. And then I took this, I poured a little bit out of my hands, I rubbed it together, and I just sectioned off pieces, and I just kind of rubbed it down on the pieces. And it wasn't very much at all. If this bottle was to the neck, that's how much I used. And once my hair was completely dry, because it took me a while to figure out how I wanted to section the hair off. So when you set your hair for any sort of vintage or historical hair sets, you kind of have to figure out like how your curlers are going. You know, are they going to go this way or are they going to go this way? So it took me a little bit to try and figure out how I wanted to do that, and my hair kind of dried. And so what I did is I just went to the sink and I just wet it a little bit. Because once this is in, you're not going to need to add more. And then I curled it and I put my scarf around it and I slept on it. So it was super easy. It didn't take me very long. It probably took me, you know, setting wise, a total of 10 minutes, if that. So, and now I have these amazing curls that are going to stay in all day, but I do need to shape them into something. I can't just go like this. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. I thought maybe I could start brushing out before we have to head out, but I will definitely give you guys updates on this today. So let's just start here. I also want to say that the first thing you learn, because I worked in professional theater for quite a while, the first thing you learn in professional theater when you're like getting ready is you don't get ready in your, you know, your clothing. You always wear a button-down shirt when you get ready. Hey, Gia. So I think this is good practice just in general when you're getting your hair ready and your makeup ready in the morning. You know, wear a button-down shirt and then get your hair and makeup done and then put your clothes on. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is I'm just sectioning it off and I'm just running my comb through. Okay, and then we'll start with the board bristle. And again, like a little bit of the curling fluid will go a long way, and you don't have to worry about your curls coming out. I think that's probably one of the major points that keep people from achieving those really pretty vintage hairstyles. And my good friend Gia, who just joined, she just got cast in a movie to play a vintage movie star. So she's gonna be working with hair and curls and stuff, and I don't know how much I can say, so I'm not gonna say too much about it right now, but it's pretty awesome. So you can see how we're just combing through a little bit. Catalina said, which product was it again? I missed the beginning. Okay, that's okay. We'll go over it. Oh. See, I tried to use the fine tooth comb and it didn't, it got stuck. You have to use a wide tooth comb to get through it first. Okay, so this is the product one more time. It is the hair curling fluid. Now there's two of them in the shop. There's a 1930s one, and then this is an Edwardian one. And this one is actually stronger than the 1930s one. Although the 1930s one is pretty amazing. Everybody loves it. This guy kind of gets overlooked, so I wanted to show you guys that you don't need papers. Even though it says papers, you don't need papers to curl. I just put it on and used foam rollers. So it's helpful to have a board bristle brush for the 1930s cream as well. Yes, for any sort of curling fluid or any sort of hair set, Evelyn, it's imperative, I think, to have a board bristle brush. That's what you need for hairstyling, especially for any sort of historical hairstyling. And we carry these things in the shop. We're out of these at the moment. I think we're actually kind of out of a lot of the brushes at the moment. So the thing is, let me try and work from the front. You have to start sectioning pieces off and figuring out where you want your parts. And I'm looking in the thing to do this. So I was going to kind of do like a Lucia Ball thing today, but we'll see. We'll see. Probably not. All right, so this is my front. And, you know, some people, like, they backcomb and stuff for vintage styles. I don't necessarily do that. But this is where, all right, this is probably something really important too. Okay, so I did not put any pomade in here when I set this. This was just curling fluid. And I think pomade when you're working with these styles and the curling fluids, pomade really should go in when you guys are styling. Okay, so leave that until this part, until you guys are styling. And did I bring any pomade out? I think. I think you're sitting on the pomade. Okay, so this is our rose pomade, and I'm going to use a soft pomade today because my curls are going to stay regardless. I don't need to worry about the curls. So all I did is I just took a little bit of pomade. And you see how shiny that got right away? And this is like a dye job. This is the dark color underneath, because if you guys remember, I had dark hair, so the part didn't really color the dark hair. But you can kind of see how really nice and shiny it got just by adding a tiny, tiny bit of soft pomade. And the soft pomade we're using this morning is this rose pomade. Okay, so, and then when you get to these ends, just be careful with them, you know, work with them, mold them. The ends are the portions that need to probably have a little bit of pomade on to soften up. See, look at that. So it works, and you'll get really fast at brushing out your vintage styles. Sometimes I just brush them out. Oh, look at you, all snazzy. Sometimes I just brush them out, and I just kind of pin the sides back and just leave it, and it's good to go. You know, like my grandma would just like pin this back, and she would just say, oh, we're good to go now. We can head out. So it doesn't always have to be. I feel like a lot of people think that when they're working with vintage styles, it has to be something really glamorous and you know, like a lot of oomph up here and turns. And if you look at photos, vintage photos, no matter what time period, not everybody had those crazy, beautiful styles. I mean, they're nice to do, but they're not completely realistic unless you're going out on a really nice date, dinner, movie, or, you know, show. Are you laughing at me this morning? So I don't know if this is going to focus, but you can just kind of see how this once crazy hairstyle is now taming down a bit. And I'm not even using a mirror, so I can't even really see what I'm doing. Elizabeth says, I wouldn't brush out my curls for Victorian or Edwardian, would I? I think it really depends on what you're going for. Now, when I was a school teacher in the 1904 one-room schoolhouse, a lot of times what I did is I left my curls in, and I had my hairpiece, and I just flipped my stuff up in my hairpiece, my curls, and I just went. Or I would leave my hair parted in the center and then leave all my curls like this. But I think it really depends on the look you're going for. They had waves in like the Edwardian and Victorian times. They actually had a lot of, if you've ever seen like the hair pieces. See, now if I want, okay, this is a really good example. So this is not going to stay up without any back combing. So if I wanted that, you know how like when you see some of these like vintage hairstyles, I can't see what I'm doing. They're like this. You would have to back comb that and put some bobby pins in if that's what you wanted. I'm going to have to let you guys go because I need to get dressed and I need to finish my hair. We'll get some photos for you guys, but I just want to show you what is possible with curling fluid, and we don't have to worry about these curls coming out all day now. It's going to be really awesome, and I'll probably be able to, usually with my curl sets and stuff, I go like a week or so without washing and just re-pinning them every night and wearing a scarf, and you're good to go. This was the pomade that we used today, which is the rose pomade from the 1930s. And hey, Valerie. And again, this is what the bottle looks like for the curling fluid. So don't be afraid to use this. It's not scary. You just, when your hair is damp, you put a little bit in your hands. You just rub it together like you would pomade, and you run it through your hair. You can section it off if you need be. And you don't need very much. If you're setting your hair dries or gets a little too dry, you just go to the sink or go to the shower and just dampen it a little bit. And you really don't even need, don't set your hair when it's sopping wet. It really needs to be semi-dry, okay? Let's see. So Elizabeth says, I usually do pin curls with some added hair pieces. My hair is kind of long. And I think if I remember, your hair is actually pretty long. And hair pieces historically for Victorian and Edwardian, like it was the thing, you know. So yeah, hair pieces are great. Catalina says, this works for plain and natural curls too, not necessarily historical. Yes, definitely. Just even if you wanted, like if my hair was longer, I could just brush this out with my boar bristle brush and have really nice waves, you know, and just have like an everyday pretty awesome beachy wave look. I'm actually have an appointment to go in and get my hair all chopped off for the like pixie cuts. So this might be one of the few hair videos we'll be able to do yet. Valerie says, one of these days I may get brave and try some of this hair stuff. You have really good hair, Valerie, too. Your hair would work really well for the curling fluids. Evelyn says, thank you for the super helpful. Totally did it wrong. Now I know the right way. Well, good. I'm glad. I know most of us don't know how to use this stuff. So we're always here to help. And if you guys ever have questions on like how to use your products or anything like that, don't hesitate. Just send us a message. Ask us, because chances are I know how to use them. I just have been too busy with something else, like, oh look, shiny thing, to, you know, get you guys up to snuff. My dad says that, to get you guys up to snuff on how everything works. So hopefully this helps with your brush outs and your hairstyling, regardless if you're doing a vintage or modern, and we'll get you guys some pictures. So take care. Hey, Christy. Take care, and hopefully in a couple of minutes I'll have some pretty awesome hair. So we'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.